Welcome to Tech Cocktail, Delivering Happiness at South by Southwest. We're on the Delivering Happiness bus with Rohit Bhargava.
Hello?
I messed it up again.
No, it was good. It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rohit, can you tell us a little bit about what you do every day and some of the projects you've worked on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a marketing guy, first and foremost. So we've crossed paths many times. Basically what I do is I try and help brands figure out a better story to tell to their consumers, and then how to do that a lot of times through social media or through other channels. So it's sort of reconnecting with what makes marketing really exciting, and trying to take that out and actually do real stuff instead of just telling brands you got to tell a better story and then kind of, giving them a document telling them that and walking away. What inspires me? I think that the biggest thing is that I was sort of explaining it. I had one of those moments when I was explaining what I do to my 6-year-old son. And I think that anybody who's a parent sort of has had that moment at some point where it's like, where do I go every day, and how do I describe that in a way that is impactful for a 6-year-old? I mean, they don't care about documents and statements of work and all that crap. And I sort of realized that in my head, what I do is I help companies tell better stories. And that really is what marketing does, and that's what I do. And so that's how I explained it to him, and it sort of got me thinking that on a top level, that's what I try and do. I try and help companies, organizations, and sometimes people tell a better story about themselves. I just saw one of my longtime inspirations, which is Guy Kawasaki. He's a really interesting guy because he publishes a lot of thought leadership, but he's also just he's got this personality that draws people in, and he's always thinking like a marketer. And I can sort of relate to that because everywhere I go, I sort of see marketing. I can't help it. One of the things that I've been talking a lot about is this idea of curating experiences and curation as a model for how we share what we think about the world with everybody else. I wrote about a feature of a travel website called Hipmunk called the Agony Filter. Because I thought it was just so hilarious. It's this idea that you go online and you search for travel options and you get all of these flights that you could take. And some of the flights are like, they have 3 stopovers and they have like 12-hour layovers in between every flight. And it's like, who the hell would ever take a flight option like that? So what their agony filter does is it filters out all of those flights that would cause extreme amounts of agony. That level of technology kind of filtering out the obviously idiotic is what we need. And more technology that focused on that would be welcome, I think, for everybody. Anytime you have what you think is a great idea and other people don't necessarily either understand it or buy into it or think that it's feasible, you have a moment of failure. You have a moment of disappointment. And on some level, you sort of expect that because not every idea is going to fly. But when you work in a creative atmosphere, and in a creative role, it's really easy to let a string of failures turn you into the type of person that doesn't have those ideas anymore. There's a thin line between being demotivated and being somebody who just kind of takes ideas and takes it to the next level because you're still challenging and you're still trying to do it. And when you get to that point of demotivation where the default is no, it's a really hard thing to change.